All right, third graders. Today we are continuing our measurement unit. Okay, all right. Only this time we are going to be working on the quarter inch. So on Monday we worked on the whole numbers, like 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches. Tuesday we worked on halves, so 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, etc. But today we're going to be working on the quarter inch. So I need you to really pay attention. You may even want to watch this video more than one time. Okay, if you did really well in fractions, then this won't be as challenging for you. All right, so we are going to focus on the 6 and the 7 right now. So we know that the halfway point that breaks the inch into those two sections is the halfway mark. So I have already labeled it for you, and it says 6.5. And if you look at that half mark, it's actually a little bit longer than the mark on the left of it and the mark on the right. Okay, so the mark on the right and the left, those are going to be your quarter inches. Okay, so your inch is the longest line and has the bold number below it. Your half-inch line is going to be not as long, but still longer than the quarter inch, and the quarter inch marks are going to be the shortest. So let me get my little scribble here. It's called a scribble. And I can draw. So we know that right here is 6 holes, and it's not writing anything, so let me try again. 6 holes right here, okay? Then I'm going to jump. This may not work, but I want to attempt. So from 6 holes to, oh my goodness, it's not working. Let me try one more time. Never give up, right? So from 6 holes to this first mark is going to be 6 1/4. Then to the next mark is going to be 6 2/4, which is the same as 6.5. Then 6 3/4, and then 6 4/4. And we know that 6 4/4 equals another hole, which would be 6 holes plus 1 hole, which gives us 7 holes. Okay? All right, so let's do that one more time. Let me get my scribble thing. All right, we have 6 holes. Then we're going to jump to the first little mark beside it. That's 6 1/4 because there's 4 lines. 6 2/4. 2/4 is the same as a half. 6 3/4, because that's the third mark, and then 6 4/4, because that is the last mark. 4/4 equals a hole. 6 holes plus 1 hole equals 7. Okay? So remember that the large number that's bolded tells us what inch we are on. Okay? All right, let's move on to our next slide. So here we're looking again at the quarter inches, and this time they have red arrows pointing to them. So we are going to look again between the 6 and the 7. So you can see your 6 holes. Then it's labeled 6 1/4. Then it's labeled 6.5, which is the same as 6 2/4. Then you have 6 3/4, and then you have 7 holes, which is 6 4/4. Okay, now let's go back and look at the 5 now, between the 5 and the 6. So we have 5 holes. The first little mark would be 5 1/4. Then I have 5.5, which is the same as 5 2/4. The next mark would be 5 3/4 because it's the third little line. And then 6 holes would be 5 4/4. Remember that 5 holes plus 4/4 would equal 1 hole. So 5 plus 1 gives me 6. Think about it in fractions. All right, here are some examples. So we have grapes. It says that the length is 5 3/4. So let's go ahead and count it. I'm going to get my little scribble thing here. Let's see if this will work. So we have 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, a whole, or 4/4. Then we have 1 1/4, 1 1/2, or 1 2/4, 1 3/4, and then 1 4/4, which is 2 wholes. 2 1/4, 2 1/2, which is the same as 2 2/4, 2 3/4, 2 4/4, which is 3 wholes, 3 1/4, 3 2/4, which is the same as 3 1/2, 3 3/4, 3 4/4. 4/4 equals a whole, so that's 3 plus 1, so that's how I get 4 wholes. 4 1/4, 4 2/4, which is the same as 4 1/2, 4 3/4, 4 4/4. 4 plus another whole gives me 5 wholes. 5 1/4, we're getting closer. 5 2/4, which is the same as 5 1/2. 5 3/4. We got it. Okay, we're going to do the same thing and count all the way for the watermelon. It says that the length of the watermelon is 6 1/4, but we need to be practicing. So please be saying it with me, counting with me, because that's the way you're going to get better at this. We're starting at 0. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, which is the same as a whole. 1 1/4, 1 2/4, 1 3/4, 1 4/4, which is the same as 2 wholes. 2 1/4, 2 1/2, or 2 2/4, 2 3/4, 2 4/4, which is the same as 3 wholes. 3 1/4, 3 2/4, which is the same as 3 1/2, 3 3/4, 3 4/4, which is the same as 4 wholes. 4 1/4, 4 2/4, which is the same as 4 1/2, 4 3/4, 4 4/4, which is the same as 5 wholes. 5 1/4, 5 2/4, which is the same as 5 1/2, 5 3/4, 5 4/4, which is the same as 6 wholes. Here we go. 6 1/4. So yes, we got the same as what they said the answer was. And I went a little bit faster on that one because you should have gotten a little bit better from doing the grapes with me. Okay, I would like you to pause and I would like you to do the length of this tree and get your answer. And I would like you to do the width of this present and get your answer. All right, let's go ahead and look at the tree. I'm going to get my scribble. Okay, so here we go. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 1 1/4, 1 2/4, 1 3/4, 1 4/4, or 2 wholes. 2 1/4, 2 2/4, 2 3/4, 2 4/4, which is 3 wholes. 3 1/4, 3 2/4, 3 3/4, 3 4/4, which is 4 wholes. 4 1/4, 4 2/4, 4 3/4, 4 4/4, which is 5 wholes. 5 1/4, 5 2/4, 5 3/4, 5 4/4, which is 6 wholes. I feel like I'm doing a tongue twister. And then 6 1/4. So in the box would be 6 1/4 for the length of the tree. Okay, let's go ahead and do the width of the present. Let me get my scribble here. All right, starting at 0, here we go. Count with me. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, which is a whole. 1 1/4, 1 2/4, 1 3/4, 1 4/4, which is 2 wholes. 2 1/4, 2 2/4, 2 3/4, 2 4/4, which is 3 wholes. 3 1/4, 3 2/4, 3 3/4. So the width of the present is 3 3/4. Okay, I'm so sorry. The dogs are playing in the background with a squeaky toy. All right, let's go ahead and look at this eraser. We need to ask ourselves the same questions that we have been doing the last 2 days. Does it start at 0? By golly, yes, it does. So let me get my scribble. So here we're actually going to just jump by whole numbers, and then we'll be counting quarter inches when we need to. So 1, 2, 3, and I can't go to 4 because it's not a whole inch. So then I have 3 1/4, 3 2/4, which is the same as 3 1/2, 3 3/4. So the answer to this one is 3 3/4. All right, so I'm going to grab this squeaker because it's very noisy. All right, sorry about that. All right, let's look at the celery. So we're going to count by our wholes first until we can't go any further, and then we'll do our quarter inches. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I can't go any further. So 10 1/4, 10 2/4, which is the same as a half, 10 3/4. For the celery, our answer would be 10 3/4. And one thing I forgot to do with you, because I was so worried about the dogs and their squeaker, does it start on 0? And the question and answer was yes. Okay, moving on to this pen. Is it starting on 0? Yes, it is. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't go anymore. 7 1/4, 7 2/4, which is the same as 7 1/2, 7 3/4. That would be our answer. All right, moving on. Okay, here we go. Is it starting on 0? Yes, it is. Count with me. Oh, Nelly, I did not mean to do that. Okay, let me get my scribble. I guess I didn't have it when I thought I did. Tuck. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't go anymore. 8 1/4. So that one would be 8 1/4. Okay, so sometimes remember that it's not always going to start on 0. So then what do we do? So here are some examples that we are going to do together. Okay, so same thing. We can do our jumps and or hops, and then we can also subtract. So I will show you different ways that we can do it. So we're going to start by jumping, okay, because that's what we've been doing. So that might be easiest for you, and you can do it whichever way works. So we're going to start at the 4 because that's where the edge of the book is. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 1/4. 6 1/4. Now, on the left side, there is a 4 here. Okay, you can see that. Let me get my little pen here. You can see the 4. On the other side, you can see the 10. I can't go to the 11. So that means I would do 10